How's it going, everybody? So today in this video I'm going to talk about vision loss and disorders relating to vision and eye health, such as myopia. There are a multitude of factors involved in vision health. Most physicians who treat eye health and vision loss don't consider the multitude of factors involved. Most people just assume that vision loss is the result of genetics or staring at a computer screen for too long. And while those two things do play a role, the percentage of a role that they play is very, very small, about maybe 15% of the role in vision loss is due to genetics. So what are some factors that can contribute to vision loss and vision disorders? Well, first of all, the vast majority of average society spends too much time staring at objects that are super close to their eyes. And a lot of people don't realize there's tiny muscles that are responsible for our eyes focusing on objects that are either close to us or far. And so the more you stare at objects close to your eyes, you're training your eye muscles to get better at seeing things close up. Even sunglasses and prescription glasses, they're objects that are sitting right there in your eyes. And so the reason why people have to continuously get stronger and stronger prescriptions for eyeglasses is simply because they're constantly staring at the lens, which is sitting right above their eyes. And this gets the muscles of their eyes to be more proficient at staring at things close up. And so the more these muscles are worked, the stronger the prescription they're going to need. And it's only going to get worse because the whole problem is the muscles of their eyes are trained for nearsightedness. So somebody with this issue, what they need to do is completely remove events in their life where they're forced to stare at objects close up. And instead, start to focus your eyes on things that are far away. There's many doctors that I've seen on YouTube and a couple that I've met in person who use progressive eye reading charts where basically if you've ever had an eye exam, usually the doctor will have you stare at a chart and try to read lines of letters and grade you based on your accurate identification of the letters you're reading on the chart. And the idea is you want to train your eyes to get better and better at reading those small lines of text on these charts and progressively work your way down the chart. And it's basically exercise, like a workout for your eye. And it's the simplest form and everyone can do it. You can probably find one of these eye charts on Amazon. Really, really cheap for like 20 bucks maybe. And by the way, if I sound out of breath, it's because I'm doing cycling while making videos. That's the glory of having little time, right? Anyway, that's only one factor involved in eye loss, vision loss, and myopia. Myopia specifically is entirely a muscular imbalance because you spend too much time staring at close range objects and not enough time staring far away. And so the idea is training your eyes to get better at focusing on objects far away. So even going on a walk and staring out into nature and reading books from farther and farther away. Most people can't entirely remove these close range objects from their life because they're working on computers and such. But it's something to think about. So what are some other factors involved in vision loss and myopia and eye health degeneration over time? Nutrient deficiencies are a big one. Most people don't realize your eyesight is an extension of your brain, and the eyes are not just an isolated organism, like most people want to believe. So many people might need to treat underlying disorders relating to circulation, cardiovascular disease, and even blood sugar imbalances. And blood sugar is a big one. I've seen the vast majority of people who have vision problems also show signs of hyperinsulinemia, which is chronically elevated insulin levels due to excessive carbohydrate intake. And somebody with blood sugar imbalances, sure, I have plenty of videos explaining how to correct this, but basically you want to raise the hormone glucagon and lower the hormone insulin. And so you have to change your diet in order to do this. Protein foods, such as chicken and eggs and such, they obviously are concentrated sources of protein. They raise glucagon. They raise insulin, but they also raise glucagon. And glucagon is a hormone responsible for suppressing insulin, excreting and burning fat, and also balancing out your hunger hormones like ghrelin and leptin. And so the goal would be to eat more protein and eat lower on the glycemic index. So instead of eating grains and white grains, especially processed grains and sugar and things, you want to be eating broccoli, berries, avocados, and stuff like that. Of course, that sounds like the typical paleo prescription, and that's because it works. And it's the most balanced approach to this. And out of all the people that I've ever worked with, this is the most effective way to do it. And I've worked wonders in my own life doing this approach as well. So, for overall health and well-being, it's a great approach, and especially for balancing blood sugar. And so, what happens is when you have blood sugar imbalances, spikes in blood sugar can dilate and constrict blood vessels. And you don't want hyperdilated blood vessels, and you don't want hyperconstricted blood vessels. Either one of those can cause vision issues, especially limiting circulation to the eyes, limiting circulation to the brain, which can cause dizziness, brain fog, and all sorts of problems. And obviously, circulation issues are not something anyone wants for the health of any part of their body, but especially vision loss. So blood sugar imbalances can directly inhibit your circulation to the eyes. Circulation to the eyes is required for proper functioning of the eyes. I mean, obviously, any part of your body needs proper circulation for it to work. So, change your diet, balance your blood sugar. And it's of no surprise that people with diabetes, their eyes deteriorate over time. That's a well-documented side effect of diabetes. So what are some other things that can cause eye issues? Well, I would say protein deficiency, but that's even more of a deep topic. Obviously, there's nutrients that science has identified that play a role in vision. Omega-3s, specifically EPA and DHA, not so much ALA. Lutein, which is essentially a antioxidant found in things like apples and essentially eggs. Okay, eggs are probably the best source. Egg yolk. Don't skip on the yolk. Cholesterol. Cholesterol levels directly impact your eye health. If you have cholesterol problems, specifically unnaturally, abnormally low cholesterol, not only does that raise your risk of all-cause mortality, despite what vegans will tell you, but it'll also set you up for all sorts of brain disorders like dementia, Alzheimer's, and specifically eyesight loss of eyesight, loss of vision. Your eyes need cholesterol, and so does your brain. And you can find gluten as well as cholesterol and vitamin A, which is also vitally important for eyesight, in egg yolks. So, I do feel like raw eggs, if you could stomach them, or eggs cooked over easy, would be a great way to enhance your vision. Another thing, another food, actually another nutrient, choline and vitamin B6, not only for the conversion of homocysteine into glutathione, which is an antioxidant that can help to repair and protect your eyes, but also because the neurotransmitter acetylcholine is required in order to help your eyes focus and for your nervous system to be in a proper state to where your vision can actually improve. People with neurological disorders oftentimes find vision to become impaired over time with the neurological issues. So, acetylcholine and the nutrient choline and vitamin B6 are essential. You can find those all in egg yolks. And you can also find the majority of these things, besides cholesterol, in avocados. And avocados are also very high in monounsaturated fats, which are anti-inflammatory. Eggs are also have a pretty decent ratio of monounsaturated to saturated and polyunsaturated fats. Eggs have about 1.5 to 2 grams monounsaturated fat, depending on the type of egg you're eating. Flax-fed chicken eggs, which are the omega-3 enriched, generally have more monounsaturated and omega-3s compared to saturated fat, and so those would be ideal. So what else is a factor involved in eye health? Chronic stress, and anxiety. So I've already talked about how blood sugar issues can change the circulation to your eyes, constriction of blood vessels and such. Stress can also do this. When you're stressed, blood flow is restricted to all areas not involved in fight or flight. And your eyes, your eyesight, your vision, you'll notice you start getting foggy vision when you're anxious and depressed, or anxious and stressed out. That's because fight or flight restricts circulation to your eyes. And this is also why erectile dysfunction is a direct result of stress for many people. So, in this case scenario, obviously, you want to check out my videos on anxiety. I have the complete guide to anxiety and how you can, over time, solve chronic anxiety by understanding the fight or flight response, and this will definitely improve your vision if it's related to stress and anxiety. And so, no matter what your specific vision loss is caused by, you gotta be patient and understand it takes time. Most people get discouraged when they hear all this because it's not a quick fix. And when you put glasses on, immediately you can start to experience improvements in your vision. The problem is glasses, they make myopia worse because you're literally solving the problem with the very issue that created it in the first place. And the issue with nearsightedness is chronic focus on nearsighted objects. Okay, if I stare at my hand at this range away from my eyes, the muscles in my eyes are going to get stronger and stronger for staring at this range. So you want to stare at longer objects, and glasses is like this object sitting on your face that's constantly right there on your eyes. And so you're going to get more nearsighted as time goes on. And there's no prescription in the world that's going to change that. So, I hope this helps. And there's many other things I could touch on, but these are the main ones. And there's many different ways on how you can improve circulation. And circulation is the other one I can talk about. Massaging your eyes, taking care of your circulatory health through nutrition and supplementation. Things like ginkgo biloba, L-arginine, citrulline, and removing inflammatory foods from your lifestyle. There's many, many things. exercise, lots of cardiovascular activity, but mostly at a light pace where heart rate stays around 90 to 120, no more than 120, because then you're getting a little too vigorous. And that's more for athletic performance and less for circulatory health. And then you're risking catabolism and increased cortisol. So, leave your questions and comments down below. Let me know what you think. Subscribe, and I'll talk to you all in the next video.